So, what does the future of the region look like after the Taliban capture of Afghanistan and particularly Kabul? The Taliban are still consolidating and they are bringing as much of the area and population under their control. But once that phase is over, then they would be looking to embark on some sort of a nation building project. And today, I want to specifically address the economic and trade dimension of that, what that project might look like, and what are some of the options that are that are available with the Afghanistan and with the regional countries around it. Last week, I came across a very interesting news item that the Taliban had reached out to India. We already know about their overtures to China, but also to India. And it seems to me that it was in reference to trade and economic ties that they do see that India being able to play some role, and you know, they have been very pragmatic so far in whatever interactions that they have had with is that they have shown a lot of pragmatism, and they would be looking to play off, I think, India and China in terms of in terms of getting or milking them for project assistance, both in because any nation building project requires communications, infrastructure, energy, building of dams, highways, bridges, tunnels. So in all of this, uh, you know, uh, they reckon that these are two countries with the capacity that can come and make a difference. Then of course there's Russia, and so it's actually three powers, not two. The Russia has also got previous experience of implementing such projects in Afghanistan. They've done power stations, high tension transmission lines, roads. The Salang Tunnel itself was built by the Russians. So now, where does Pakistan fit in? How does it factor? Pakistan has, interestingly, very little leverage left with the Taliban or over the Taliban, other than the question of recognition. The Taliban, on the other hand, are they hold a lot of levers against Pakistan that they can use, and one of them would be, um, I believe, to if they are looking to expand ties with India, to one can imagine them arm twisting Pakistan to open the transit um, the transit corridor from Wagah to Torkham. Pakistan has so far blocked that access. They've allowed trucks to go from Torkham to Wagah carrying Afghan cargoes, but they have not allowed traffic in the opposite direction. So that may be one of the things we have to remember, that the Taliban are two layers. There's the foot soldiers on the ground, and then there is the political leadership, which is more worldly wise, which is exposed to Doha and other capitals that they've been traveling to, holding talks, negotiations. So they are more worldly wise, and they are appear to be at least more pragmatic. And asking for this kind of a concession from Pakistan, I think, is something that we can well see happening in the months ahead. And then, of course, there's Iran. And if Pakistan continues to drag its feet, for example, on opening of this, then The other route that is available to Afghanistan is through the Chabahar port, which there's a road that has been built from Chabahar, the uh, Zaranj Dilaram highway, crossing over from Afghanistan, um, the Afghan Iranian border, and onto the Afghanistan ring road. So that's the second port that they have, and they would be also looking to improve relations with Iran. And then yet another one is the Bandar Abbas port. That, in fact, from the Bandar Abbas port, there's a railway line up to the Iranian Afghan border, crossing over into Herat from there. So here are the pieces, and here are the regional countries, and nobody holds all the cards. There's I think it will be interesting to see in the months and years ahead how this game pans out. But one can expect that there will have to be a lot of collaboration between all the players, and a fair amount of healthy competition. And yes, the Taliban have, I mentioned the two layers. The third layer that they would be looking to add is the technocratic layer. And we've seen the first of that happening with the central bank governor being announced by the Taliban. The other thing that we have to be aware of is that because their victory was achieved without too much fighting, so the Taliban have captured the state intact, which means that the state, the bureaucracy, the entire state structure is quite intact. And so, if they play their cards right, uh, they have at their disposal a state apparatus also that with some capacity to implement these kind of so it's that's where things are at. um, this is just the beginning, and the Taliban are consolidating, but I think as time goes by, they'll be looking to embark on some sort of a nation building, state building project. And here are the regional players, and each holding some cards in the deck. But there is obviously great dividends if the countries alongside Afghanistan can collaborate and at the same time commercially compete with each other. So that I thought I'd leave us with this thought for today.